Shalom. Welcome to day 138 of the Daily Bread. We'll be reading from the Scriptures 2009. We'll be reading Numbers chapter 34, 2 Kings chapter 24, Psalms 138, Proverbs 19, and from the book of Romans chapter 8. Numbers chapter 34 on page 181. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say to them, When you come into the land of Canaan, this is the land which falls to you as an inheritance, the land of Canaan to its borders. Then your southern border shall be from the wilderness of Zin along the border of Edom, and your southern border shall be eastward to the end of the Salt Sea. Then your border shall turn from the southern side of the ascent of Abarim, continue to Zin, and be on the south side of Kadesh Baram. And it shall be on Hatzor Adar, and continue to Atzmon. And the border shall turn from Atzmon to the Wadi of Mistrim, and shall end at the sea. As far as the western border, you shall have the great sea for a border. This is your western border. And this is your northern border. From the great sea, you mark out your border line to Mount Horn. From Mount Horn, you mark out your border to the entrance of Hamath, and the edge of the border shall be toward Sedek. And the border shall proceed to Zephram, and shall end at Hasmor Edom. This is your northern border. And you shall mark out your eastern border from Hasor Naim to Shephim, and the border shall go down from the Shephim to Riblon on the east side of Ayim, and the border shall go down and reach to the eastern side of the Sea of Kenneth, and the border shall go down along the Jordan, and it shall end at the Salt Sea. This is the boundaries. This is the land. This is your land with its surrounding boundaries. And Moshe commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which you inherit by lot, which Yahweh has commanded to give to the 9 tribes and to the half-tribe. For the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, had received their inheritance. And the half-tribe of Menish has received its inheritance. The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan of Jericho eastward toward the sunrise. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, These are the names of the men who divide the land among you as an inheritance. Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and take 1 leader of every tribe to divide the land for the inheritance. For these are the names of the men from the tribe of Judah, Caleb son of Johanna, and from the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shamuel of Amalek. From the tribe of Benjamin, Eliad, son of Kisan. The leader of the tribe of the children of Dan, Bechley, son of Yogi. From the sons of Joseph, a leader from the tribe of Menish, Hananiah, son of Ephraim. The leader of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Chemiel, son of Shaphan. And the leader of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Ephelson. And the leader of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Ephelson, son of Panak. And the leader of the tribe of the children of Yishkar, Peletza, son of and the leader of the tribe of Asher, Alid, son of Simeon. And the leader of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, Nephilim, son of Amiam. These are the ones Yahweh commanded to divide the inheritance among the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. Second Kings chapter 24 on page 411. And in his day, Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Babel, came up, and Yehom, oh God, I said this before. Jehoiakim became his servant for 3 years, and he turned and rebelled against him. And Yahweh sent against him raiding bands of Kasdim, and raiding bands of Aram, and raiding bands of Moab, and raiding bands of the children of Ammon. And he sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of Yahweh, which he had spoken to his servants, the prophets. Only at the mouth of Yahweh this came upon Judah, to remove them from his presence, because of the sins of Manesh, according to all that he did, and also because of the innocent blood that he shed. For he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which Yahweh would not forgive. And the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the sovereigns of Judah? And Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiakim, his son, reigned in his place. And the sovereign of Mizraim did not come out of his land again, for the sovereign of Babel had taken all that belonged to the sovereign of Mizraim, from the wadi of Mizraim to the river Euphrates. Joachim was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 new moons. And his mother's name was Nehushta, the daughter of Elana of Jerusalem. And he did evil in the eyes of Yahweh, according to all that his father did. And that time the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Babel, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Babel, came against the city, as the servants were besieging it. And Jehoiakim, sovereign of Judah, and his mother, and his servants, and his heads, and his eunuchs, went out to the sovereign of Babel, and to the sovereign of Babel in the 8th year of his reign, took him prisoner. And he took from there all the treasures of the house of Yahweh, and the treasures of the sovereign's house. And he cut in pieces all the objects of gold which Solomon, sovereign of Israel, had made in the hekel of Yahweh, as Yahweh had said. And he exiled all of Jerusalem, and all the officers, and all the mighty brave men, 10,000 exiles, and all the craftsmen and smiths. None remained except the poorest people in the land. And he exiled Jehoiakim to Babel, and the sovereign's mother, and the sovereign's wives, and his eunuchs, and the leading men of the land he exiled from Jerusalem to Babel. And all the mighty brave men, 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths, 1,000, who were strong and fit for battle. These were the sovereign of Babel brought to Babel into exile. And the sovereign of Babel set up Mahaniah, Jehoiakim's uncle, to reign in his place, and changed his name to Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamuel, the daughter of Yermahu of Lipan. And he did evil in the eyes of Yahweh, according to all that Jehoiakim did. For this took place in Jerusalem and Judah because of the displeasure of Yahweh, until he had cast them out from his presence. And Zedekiah rebelled against the sovereign of Babel. Moving on to Psalms 138 on page 724. I give you thanks with all my heart. Before the mighty ones, I sing praises to you. I bow myself towards your set-apart heckle and give thanks to your name. For your loving commitment and your truth, you have made great your word, your name above all. When the day I called, you did answer me. You made me bold with strength in my being. Let all the sovereigns of the earth give thanks to you, O Yahweh, when they shall hear the words of your mouth. And let them sing of the ways of Yahweh. For great is the esteem of Yahweh. Though Yahweh is exalted, he looks on the humble, but the proud he perceives from a distance. Though I walk in the midst of distress, you revive me. You stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand saves me. Yahweh does perfect for me. O Yahweh, your loving commitment is everlasting. Do not forsake the works of your hands. Proverbs 19 on page 746. Better is the poor walking in his integrity than one of perverse lips who is a fool. Also, desire without knowledge is not good. He who hurries with his feet sins. The foolishness of a man perverts his way, and his heart is wroth against Yahweh. Wealth adds many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness does not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies does not escape. Many entreat the favor of the noble, and all are friends to him who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor shall hate him. How much more shall his friends go far from him? He pursues promises, they are gone. He who gets heart loves his own life. He who guards understanding finds good. A false witness does not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies perishes. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes. A man's discretion makes him patient, and his adoring is to pass over a transgression. The sovereign's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his delight is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is a calamity to his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are the inheritance from fathers, but an understanding wife is from Yahweh. Laziness makes one fall into a deep sleep, and an idle being suffers hunger. He who guards the command guards his life. He who despises his ways dies. He who shows favor to the poor lends to Yahweh, and he repays his deed. Discipline your son because there is expectation, and do not set your being on his destruction. One of great wrath bears punishment, and if you rescue him, you only have to do it again. Listen to counsel and accept discipline, so that you are wise in your latter end. Many are the plans of a man's heart, but it is the counsel of Yahweh that stands. What is desirable in a man is his loving commitment, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of Yahweh leads to life, and he remains satisfied. He is not visited by evil. A lazy one buries his hand in a dish and does not bring it back to his mouth. Strike a scoffer, and the simple is made wise, and reprove one who has understanding, and he discerns knowledge. He who plunders a father chases away his mother, is a son causing shame and bringing reproach. Cease, my son, to hear discipline, and you shall stray from the words of knowledge. The witness of Belial scorns right ruling, and the mouth of the wrong ones devours wickedness. Judgments are in store for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. Romans 8 on page 1096. There is then now no condemnation to those who are in Messiah Yeshua, who do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. For the Torah of the Spirit of the life in Messiah Yeshua has set me free from the Torah of sin and death. And the Torah being powerless in that it was weak through the flesh, Elohim sent his own Son in the likeness of flesh of sin, and concerning sin, and condemned sin in the flesh, so that the righteousness of the Torah should be completed in us who do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit. For those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the matters of the flesh, but those who live according to the Spirit, the matters of the Spirit. Verse 6. For the mind of the flesh is death, but the mind of the Spirit is life and peace. Because the mind of the flesh is enmity toward Elohim, for it does not subject itself to the Torah of Elohim, neither indeed it is able. And those who are in the flesh are unable to please Elohim. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If indeed the Spirit of Elohim dwells in you, and if anyone does not have the Spirit of Messiah, this one is not his. And if Messiah is in you, the body is truly dead on account of sin, but the Spirit of life on account of righteousness. And if the Spirit of him who raised Yeshua from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Messiah from the dead shall also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit dwelling in you. So then, brothers, we are not debtors to the flesh to live according to the flesh. For if you live according to the flesh, you are going to die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you shall live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Elohim, there are the sons of Elohim. These are the sons of Elohim. Repeat 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Elohim, these are the sons of Elohim. 15. For you do not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you receive the Spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Elohim. And if children, also heirs, truly heirs of Elohim, and co-heirs with Messiah, if indeed we suffer with him, in order that we also be exalted together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worth comparing with the esteem that is to be revealed in us. For the intense longing of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of Elohim. For the creation was subject to fertility, not from choice, but because of him who subjected it in anticipation. And the creation itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the esteemed freedom of the children of Elohim. For we know that all the creation groans together and suffers the pains of childbirth together until now. And not only so, but even we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, we ourselves also groan within ourselves, eagerly waiting for the adoption, the redemption of our body. For in our expectation we are saved. But expectation that is seen is not expectation. For when anyone sees, does he not expect it? And if we expect what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with endurance. And in the same way the Spirit does help in our weakness, for we do not know that we should pray, but the Spirit himself pleads our case for us with groaning unsufferable. And he who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because he makes an intercession for the set apart ones according to Elohim. And we know that all matters work together for work. And we know that all matters work together for good to those who love Elohim, to those who are called according to his purpose. Because those whom he knew beforehand, he also ordained beforehand to be conformed to the likeness of his Son, for him to be the firstborn among many brothers. And whom he ordained beforehand, these he also called. And whom he called, these he also declared right. And whom he declared right, these he also esteemed glorified. What then shall we say to this? If Elohim is for us, who is against us? Truly, he who did not spare his own Son, but delivered him up on behalf of us all, how shall he not, along with him, freely give us all else? He who 33. Who shall bring any charge against Elohim's chosen ones? It is Elohim who is declaring right. It is he who is condemning. It is Messiah who died. And furthermore, it is also raised up, who also at the right hand of Elohim, who also makes intercession for us, who shall separate us from the love of the Messiah? Shall pressure or distress or persecution or scarcity of food or nakedness or danger or sword? As it has been written, for your sake we are killed all day long. We are reckoned as sheep of slaughter. Psalms 44, verse 22. But in all this we are more than overcomers through him who loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor messengers, nor principalities, nor powers, neither the present nor the future, nor height nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Elohim, which is in the Messiah Yeshua our Master. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.